It's a most unusual time in our nation's history. We are facing an array of problems unlike we have faced before. Obviously a tough economy in unprecedented ways, and yet we're going to work our way out of it because we always have. And we're going to find our way back to broader prosperity. In the world, we face a very significant array of threats, and it's critical that we not take them for granted or minimize them. The threat of radical Islamist terrorism has not diminished. We have, in one sense, defeated it on the battlefield in Iraq, or at least effectively defeated it, though it's not totally secure. We're fighting in Afghanistan. I appreciate very much President Obama's commitment to increase our resources there. And looming over all of this and present in almost every conflict area, Iraq, Afghanistan, Hamas, Hezbollah, the Mahdi army in Iraq, is Iran. And the fanatical leadership of that country now bent on building nuclear weapons. So this great country of ours, the president, those of us who are privileged, like Ed and myself, to serve in Congress, are really at a moment of challenge when we've got to do a lot of important things at once. I believe it really does begin with making our economy strong again, and that's why I thank so many of you who are involved in that. But it also means that we have to be true to our tradition and know that in the world that we wish was more perfect, but unfortunately history and realism tells us today is not, that ultimately we have to remain strong. And we have to be willing to use that strength on behalf of our security, our freedom, and that of our allies. We're on the verge of Passover and Easter, both holidays in which we renew our faith. We're grateful for God's blessings to us. We believe that God, in both these holidays, in different ways, is saying God cares about us, but ultimately also it's up to us to work together to make people healthier, to make people more secure, and always to expand the animating principle of the holiday of Passover, which is freedom. Ed Towns has always stood for all of that throughout his career. That's why I'm very grateful to those of you who have come together to help him. I don't do this kind of thing very often, but this is a special guy. And I didn't even know that half the people here would be Orthodox Jews when I said I would come. I was just coming for Ed. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm proud to present to you a great Congressman, a great American, Ed Towns. I didn't think I'd be compensated today. This is nice. Whoa!
Senator, you mentioned Passover, which is a very political correct name for a holiday.
Yeah.
Just pass it right over. To the Honorable Senator Joe Lieberman, like good wine that gets better with time and age, so too your community service gets better at each passing stage.
Beautiful. Thank you. This is, Ed, you probably know this, but on the Passover Seder table, there's a cup of wine, usually not this beautiful or this large, which is Hebrew called the Kos Eliyahu, the cup of Elijah. And of course, this is symbolically to hope, and not even symbolically, we hope really that it will be a welcome to Elijah the prophet, who we believe will be the herald of the time of universal peace and ultimate redemption that we all hope for. And we know that this comes, as I suggested briefly, in the small steps that people are able to take right now here on earth. You've taken a lot of big ones, and that's why I'm such a friend and so proud to now introduce you in the spirit of Elijah.
Thank you.
To this crowd. Congressman Ed, thank you.